Welcome, you're watching Heads Up, the only show which gives you the latest in education, careers and all about entrepreneurship. Today on the show, we have something for those of you interested in the hospitality space.
That's right, Lakshmi. Hotel management is a hotly debated career option, especially in India. And as far as popular opinion goes, this is one job option with high cost in every sense. But how true is this? Let's demystify it for you.
Housekeeping is by no means a glamorous job. Back-breaking work and long hours are usually what comes to mind. But back a job as executive housekeeper at a world-class luxury hotel and the term takes on a whole new meaning. Meet Shilpa, the executive housekeeper at the Sofitel Hotel in Mumbai, with nearly 50 people working under her.
What I do is I check the entire area of the hotel once I'm in the hotel after the briefing. Also on the floors, they start the rooms, they make the rooms, so we check the rooms. Every day I have to check at least few rooms, VIP rooms. I do make sure I check the rooms, I meet the guests. If there are any faults which have been seen in the ambassador regularly, that's where I noted down, okay, this particular ambassador needs this particular training. So again, training is jotted down, charted for them, and that's where we train our ambassadors.
While housekeeping is definitely one option you can explore, it's just one among the many that are thrown open to you after pursuing education in hotel management. Take Chirag for instance. Although he was trained in the front office department, soon after joining this field he decided to give food and beverage specialization a go. Today, Chirag handles the operations of Cafe Infinito, an upscale lounge located in BKC.
There is a lot of training, a lot of thought, a lot of effort and a great number of hours that go into planning this out and then delivering this for a certain price. So here in the restaurant, I do not only look at the service part of it. As a head of operations, I look at recruitment, I look at procurement, purchases, I look at the kitchen, the production, along with that, guest relations, and at the end, reviewing how the restaurant is doing at the end of the month, because ultimately it's a business. And at the end of the day, every guest has to go happily out of the restaurant. It's only then that I am successful in what I do.
The opportunities that exist for hotel management graduates today is immense and growing. In 10 years, the travel and tourism industry across the world is set to grow by 10%. This will support over 338 million jobs worldwide. And with respect to India, you can see employment generation from travel and tourism rise by 23% or 48 million jobs by 2022.
With all the economic changes and the development which has happened in the past 2 or 3 decades, the hospitality sector went into a phase of growth, huge growth in 1995, post 1995 liberalization, and with the impetus, with the current government strategies and the government giving a lot of impetus towards inbound travel, making visas on arrival possible for foreign travelers. We expect a lot of boom to happen as far as tourism is concerned in India, and the future is only bright the way we look at it as the hospitality industry.
So what exactly do companies or top hotels for that matter look out for in the candidates they hire? And does a formal degree in hotel management really get you places in this industry? Let's see what the talent scouts say.
We prefer to hire talent from the various schools, hotel schools which are there in the country. Best of the premier schools we go for campus recruitment. We present to them what we have, because we always say that we are not offering you jobs, we are offering you careers. So that's the key material which we are presenting in the college campuses basically. And yes, we prefer hotel management students because they understand what it is, what kind of service expected at the international standards. And they are also well trained in the institutes. They know their job well and they are passionate about their profession.
However, according to reports, the salaries of hotel management graduates in India is much less in comparison to their counterparts abroad, at least when they start off. Meanwhile, Lakshmi, can you tell us a little bit more about what are the other career options thrown open to you if you pursue a graduation in hotel management?
Well, it's definitely not all glitz and glamour when it comes to a career in the hospitality space. But I did manage to get a peek at a very exciting career option which is crucial to almost any company in this space. Here's a look. Scenes straight out of a MasterChef kitchen here at the Hilton Bangalore Embassy Golf Links Hotel. The team is busy getting the menu ready and keeping the service seamless for their various restaurants. But it's just another day for our case in point, Executive Chef Anirban Das Gupta. He helps launch some of the most exceptional food and beverage outlets at the Hilton Embassy and is in charge of menu planning and guest relations.
The buck stops at me. That is something very important. Another important thing is that we need to have an overall understanding of different cuisines. So if I have a pastry shop in my restaurant, I may be having a pastry chef, but I also need to have an understanding of pastries. Similarly, in our hotel, we have a coffee shop which caters to a global dining, so I need to have an understanding of Japanese, which is one part of the food. Unlike a sous chef who may be in charge of a restaurant, I am actually in charge of many outlets.
With over a decade's experience in the field, Anirban's role as executive chef is the dream job for most hotel management aspirants. But it is one of the hardest to attain. There are many levels to cross for this. First off, you start off as a commis chef or a recently qualified cook who works under a chef de partie or a chef in charge of a certain area of a kitchen. Once you are both of these, you become the sous chef or the one who is second in command to the head chef or the executive chef. Sounds easy enough? Well, experts say it takes years of experience and hard work to move a notch ahead in each of these. Something you may not learn at college.
Well, experience counts the most, if you ask me. And during hotel management times, I remember the time when I was studying hotel management, and way back in those years, things has not moved so much in terms of the course content. There's a huge gap between the kind of work that happens in hotel industry and what is studied. It's a very skill-oriented job. It is very difficult to say, okay, today I know a particular, there are thousands of dishes. It's a science. You just cannot get things right on the first go. You have to practice, practice, practice.
What kind of pay scale can you expect in the kitchens? It depends entirely on your qualifications. According to industry estimates, a novice chef with no prior knowledge of hotel management can rake in a yearly salary starting at 1 lakh rupees. While the same chef can command a salary of over 2 lakh yearly if they are either management trainees or hotel management graduates from top institutes. If the kitchens are not entirely to your liking though, don't despair. There are more out-of-the-box fields in hotel management which are not usually talked about.
Plenty of things which go behind the scenes. We have fantastic career opportunities for engineers in engineering team which take care of the whole backbone and the infrastructure of the hotel. Revenue management is a very interesting field which people are not very familiar with. We have e-commerce, which with the advent of the IT sector coming in, hospitality has been utilizing that very effectively. So e-commerce platforms, marketing communications, and of course to fill the business you need a lot of salespeople.
And if it's still not entirely to your liking, well, you could always aspire to be a general manager, in charge of entire operations at the hotel. Also one of the highest paying jobs at hotels, with industry estimates pegging salaries crossing over 14 lakh rupees yearly after working for a decade or more. Whatever you pick, experts warn that while the career is rewarding, the road is far from easy.
The amount of discipline which is required in our field is probably comparable to the defense forces. The amount of time we spend at work, ensuring that the client experiences are what we promise, what we market to the world, are delivered by our team members. Attrition levels are quite high in our industry. So to ensure that the consistency part of the service is maintained, there is a lot of effort which goes behind, from training to the training of the team members to reach certain standards what we expect from a brand perspective. and finally at the end of the day it's all about customer experiences. So it looks quite nice from outside, the glamour part of it, but it is a lot of hard work which goes in. These days when people celebrate, we are the people who are working. So if it's a New Year party, people come to celebrate in the hotels, and it's the whole team put together making it happen for the guests.
On one hand, hotel management in India pays lesser than its peers abroad. But on the other, job perks include discounted rates of stay for family as well as free meals. Confused still about which to pick? Ankita gets you more opinion on the other side.